Did you know that churches are now being used as safe havens for illegal aliens? A liberal judge just told ICE that illegal aliens are off limits when they are hiding inside a house of worship, even if they are only there to avoid being arrested. The judge made violent, criminal, illegal aliens above the law. The message this judge is sending is clear. If you break the law, just step inside a house of worship and you're safe. That's right, religious spaces are becoming battlegrounds in the fight over illegal immigration enforcement. Now, how did we get here? And what does this mean for America if it's allowed to stand? In this video, we'll break down how activist judges and left-wing religious groups are teaming up to undermine law enforcement and make America less safe, and all for people who don't belong here in the first place. We'll break down the ruling and expose the activists behind it. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Become a subscriber if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell, smack the like button. All right, I want to start off first by saying, in my opinion, the Trump administration is not violating the First Amendment here. They're not telling violent, criminal, illegal aliens who do not belong here and who have committed crimes after they got here that they can't pray to the God of their choice. The First Amendment has nothing to do with the building. Now, let's talk about what's really going on here. Once again, an activist judge and left-wing religious groups have teamed up to undermine law enforcement and make America a lot less safe. A coalition of Quaker, Baptist, and Sikh congregations just won a legal battle against the Trump administration, blocking federal officials from enforcing immigration laws in their places of worship. This time, it's a U.S. District Judge, Theodore Chuang, an Obama appointee, naturally, who decided that immigration enforcement officers can't do their jobs if an illegal alien is hiding in a church. Because apparently the laws only apply if it doesn't offend progressive sensibilities. You see, President Trump made it clear that criminals should not be able to use churches as get-out-of-jail-free cards. But thanks to this ruling, now 1,400 Baptist churches, a Sikh temple, and 6 Quaker meetings have now become legally protected hiding spots for people who broke the law to get here in the first place. And remember, the Trump administration at this point is only going after violent, criminal, illegal aliens. Now, if this sounds insane, it's because it is. The argument these religious groups made that enforcing the law inside churches creates a chilling effect. Simply allowing law enforcement to do their job supposedly terrifies people so much that even legal citizens might stop attending church. That's the argument they're making. So now, feelings over federal law. And does anyone believe that American citizens have nothing to worry about from ICE? Here's what really happened. The Trump administration reversed Joe Biden's ridiculous sensitive areas policy that basically gave illegal aliens free rein inside schools and churches. Now you know why illegals were taking over schools inside New York City while pushing American students out. Remember those stories? The goal of the Trump administration was simple. Criminals should not be able to hide behind the pews. But that was too much for the left. And so they ran to the courts, as they always do. And of course, Judge Chuang was more than happy to oblige. Now, let's talk about the ruling itself. The judge wrote a 59-page opinion. Yes, he really needed 59 pages to justify this nonsense, arguing that allowing ICE into churches would significantly affect plaintiffs' expressive association. Translation? Enforcing immigration laws makes progressive activists upset, so we can't do it. Welcome to the new legal standard. If Democrats don't like it, it's unconstitutional. And the best part? When the Trump administration pointed out that there was no real reason for anyone to be afraid of the policy, because it merely instructed officers to use discretion in sensitive areas, Chuang didn't care. Instead, he cited media reports, CNN, complaining that the policy would free up federal agents to go after even more illegal aliens. Yes, enforcing immigration law is apparently a bad thing now. Let's be clear about what's happening here. These religious groups aren't just providing spiritual guidance. They're actively shielding illegal aliens, some of whom have committed crimes beyond just crossing the border illegally. And they're doing it under the banner of faith. It's funny how the left only likes churches when they're pushing a progressive agenda, isn't it? This ruling is yet another example of the judicial system being weaponized against President Trump. Look, the Democrats lost the election. They lost all power. So now they're using activist judges to push their open borders agenda and pretty much anything else they want. If you break the law but can find sanctuary in a church, you just might get away with it. This isn't law and order. This is selective enforcement based on who screams the loudest. And let's be honest, this won't stop here. If judges can block immigration enforcement in churches today, what's next? Schools, hospitals, entire cities? We've already seen what happens when leftists get their way. Crime skyrockets, law enforcement is demonized, and American citizens are left paying the price. Here's the bottom line. These judges are out of control and need to be held accountable. Impeach and remove Judge Theodore Chuang within 1 week and watch how quickly the rest wake up, respect Article 3, and stop trampling on the separation of powers. All right, thanks for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with the latest news on illegal immigration enforcement and judicial overreach. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.